Mm. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Shabbat, Shem, Dash, Barakatah, Shemar Thumb, Sharp Sock. All right, so I'm gonna move this down a little bit since it's starting to snow and stuff. So let's move this down, Israel. I should have brought my umbrella, but I didn't want to be holding my umbrella and trying to do the street teaching.
How you old neighbor?
What's going on? How you doing?
Pretty good. You still with us there?
Yeah. That's what's up. All right. That's a little better now. All right. So we're gonna get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? These last couple weeks we've been going into keeping the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai, or for Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Repenting and returning to Yahweh Shem Shai, repenting and being a true believer. We also been going into a few prophecies. Um, this week, we're going into the Pesach, which really I ain't gonna get too deep on. I'm just gonna bring out some few scriptures and correlate the scriptures with the New Testament, right? Because this could be our last supper, right? This could be the last Passover, right? This year, right? You know, and I got some precepts written down, so that I was gonna bring out a little bit edifying. I said I was gonna start doing that a lot more, writing my precepts down. They come out here edifying, what I'm saying, just correlating the ones that I do remember within my teachings, right? Um, so I'm gonna get straight into it. All right, all right. So we can get straight into it. Let's go to Numbers chapter 9. I ain't gonna need this right now, so pocket. Numbers chapter 9. Oh, come on. All right, the scriptures didn't want to turn for me. Come on. All right. Okay. Numbers chapter 9. All right. In verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, then this was the Lord. The Lord was speaking to Moses, right? This is us being. This is what we commanded, right? We commanded against doing during this time, right? Verse 2: Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at its appointed season in the 14th day of this month at eve. Ye shall keep it in his appointed season according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof. Shall ye keep it? So, hey, the Lord is commanding us to keep this holy day, right? It's getting to us keeping this holy day, right? Hey, shalom, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash. Hey, the water tune in. All right, verse 3. Verse 4. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, not children of the whole world, man. It wasn't the children of the whole earth, right? It was only the children of Israel, right? That they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at eve in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel, right? So this, whatever the Lord commanded Moses for him to keep and teach us to keep, and we had to keep it. It was commanded for it. It was commanded for us to keep the Passover, man, right? Salaki, the train is coming. All right. Verse 6. All right, verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel? So this is getting into some Israelite men, right? Who were defiled by touching a dead body, right? It could have been a funeral or something. Could have been going on, right? or the body could have died. Anything could have happened, you know, because we wasn't born during that time, you know. So this is just me speaking as a man. Let me keep going, Salakia. And Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. Right? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. So hey, it didn't matter. The point was, when we continuing into that verse on down to them verses, was it don't matter what's going on. The Lord commanded us to keep the Passover, man. Right? He commanded you to keep the Passover, and it's actually starting to snow. That's crazy. He commanded us to keep the Passover, right? He commanded you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and speckled birds out there, right? You Dominicans, you Uruguayans, you Panamanians, you Guatemalans, right? You Colombians, right? He commanded us to keep the Passover, right? Verse 11. Give me 1 second, Salaki. All right, all right, and I got a precept to bring out in Exodus 12. This is verse 11. Numbers 9 and verse 11. The 14th day of the second month at eve, they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinance of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man that is clean and is not in a journey and forbear to keep the Passover, even the same soul, right, shall be cut off from among his people. But he brought not the offering of the Lord in his appointed season, that man shall bear his sin. So the Lord is saying, you don't want to you Israelites, you don't want to keep the Passover, you don't want to keep my solemn assembly, my solemn holy day. I'm gonna cut you off. Your sin's gonna be upon your head, man. Right? This not keeping the Passover, you know what I'm saying? If you're familiar with keeping it to you Israelites, men, right? You could be sinning, man, right? For better words. All right. So let me keep going. Verse 14. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you and will keep the Passover unto the Lord according to the ordinance of the Passover and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. So that's talking about the Israelites that were born in the land, the Israelite foreigners who wasn't born in the land, man. Right? Keeping the Passover of the Lord, right? So let's get a precept. Let's go to Exodus 12 and let's start at verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. Therefore shall no stranger eat thereof. So ain't no heathen. They a lot of Christians will get that confused, thinking that it's talking about a Gentile in Numbers 9, right? But it's not talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. Because only the Israelites have that we are the only ones that got the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Their judgments. And you can read that in Psalms 147 if I'm not mistaken. Right? So we are the only ones that got the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Did no other nation on earth get the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Right? Did no other nation get it? So that's a cold cut that right there, the ones that's keeping the Passover are the Israelites, man. And the Israelite foreigners who were wasn't born in the land, but they were coming to keep the Passover. They knew they was Israelites and they was coming to keep the Passover, man. For better words. Let me keep going. All right, and I'm gonna get into that. Uh, no Gentile can eat thereof, right? But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. So if you got a slave, for better words, if you're Israelite man, you got a slave, or he the slave, a male, he the slave, you gotta basically you gotta put them up under your wing, for better words. They're basically following the Lord's law, statutes, commandments, because they're slaves. And just like we're in Babylon and we got to follow the ordinance of Babylon, right? But at the same time, still be spiritual while we in captivity. And these heathen that we have as servants during this time were basically had to be hands on, you know. So if you understand what I mean, if you understand during this time, had to be hands on for the Passover. You know, they had to, like, they were slaves. They could not keep the Passover. Otherwise, the Lord would be looking at the Israelites that had this servant as an abomination, for better words. And they like, oh, you letting this heathen, oh, you got this heathen servant, you ain't letting this heathen keep my Passover. He's your slave, you know. He ain't got no choice. He gonna worship me too. He gonna bend the knee too, you know. So that's the point of what I'm trying to make. Lord willing, I said that right. Right. Let me keep going. Verse 45, Exodus 12:45. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. So you see that a Gentile foreigner, right? That's not an Israelite shall not eat thereof, right? And a hired servant shall not eat thereof. And just like I said, a hired servant is someone that's hired to be a servant, not like a slave, not like a it'll be like an indigent servant, for better words, a hired servant, but it's not a slave, a person that's done, you done took over their land, you done destroyed their areas, and you done took them into captivity, like how we were, right? For better words. Lord willing, you understand. Verse 46, in one house shall it be eaten, thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad, out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, right? Those males, like for instance, if we like took over Edom, and Edom had let's say Ishmaelite slaves or something. Those Ishmaelites that we captured as our slaves or our servants, will have to keep the ordinance, right? During the time. All right, but they still don't make them Israelites, you know, if you understand. And then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof, right? Because we got to think about how things are operating in the Quan days. A lot of things are hands-on. So, hey, we was like, actually, like how they beat the ordinance of English into us. We was kind of beating in the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahshua to these heathen, man, right? So if you understand, that's why I keep saying if you understand, because I don't want nobody to be confused, right? Because the Passover ain't just some, oh, I'm gonna get into the Passover, I'm gonna just break it down, you know. You really have to go into the time frame on how the Passover can be being kept, right? I'm gonna say, as one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the self same day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. And Salakia, I want to all right, Salakia, I want to rephrase what I said about the Ishmaelites keeping the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Shah, but it's talking about the Israelite foreigners that are hired, that are basically considered Gentile during this time, Salakia. Right? They have to be circumcised. They have to they have to cross over. Salakia. The Lord ain't dealing with no heathen. He never has been dealing with heathen. So let me rephrase that. Salakia. Right? Because a lot of our people worked for each other, for better words, being indentured servants. So let me rephrase let me retract that. Salakia. Babak Shah, forgive me. Because I wanted to rephrase because in the during and all his males, because we know only the males of Israel were supposed to be circumcised. So Salakia. And if Babak Shah brothers, if one of you brothers can like put up a precept to clarify that the males of Israel were to be circumcised as an atonement to the Lord up on a precept board, Babak Shah. Right? Salakia. Let's go back to Numbers 9. And I got a few more. I actually got a lot of precepts until I jump into the New Testament. All right. We're back in Numbers 9. I got some precepts in Leviticus 19, as I was saying. These are precepts I've written down through the Spirit actually last night. So Salakia. Oh, don't do that. Salakia, Israel. All right, fine. All right, I'm back on with Numbers 9. All right. I'm trying to find, I'm going to get Leviticus 19, bring out some precepts in that. I got a precept to bring out Leviticus 25, Leviticus 24, and Leviticus 22, if I'm not mistaken. All right. All right, come on, Leviticus 19. This is all right, time. All right. Hold that. All right, the blood brother got all right, Khan, the blood brother, servant of Yahweh Shai, Vegas Apprentice 144, got Genesis 17 and 12. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations. He that is born in the house or bought with money of any stranger which is not of thy seed, right? This is my covenant on which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. So Khan, the water for that, brother. The water. And Salakia for I had to retract what I said. So Salakia, you know, I don't want to be going off, you know. So Salakia, the water for the precept, that definitely edified. So let's get back into Numbers 9. Man, we are at verse 15. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony, and at eve there was upon the tabernacle as it were the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always the cloud covered it by day and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up, from the tabernacle, then after that, the children of Israel journeyed, and in the place where the cloud abode, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. Right? At the commandment of the Lord, the children of Israel journeyed, and at the commandment of the Lord, they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord, right? That's keeping the charge of the Lord, right? And if I'm not mistaken, that cloud is a chariot, That wherever that chariot went, that's where we rested, if I'm not mistaken. Then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and journeyed not. And so it was when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Lord, they abode in their tents, and according to the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. And so it was when the cloud abode from eve until the morning, that the cloud was taken up in the morning. Then they journeyed, whether it was by day or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it was 2 days or a month or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abided in their tents and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Lord, they rested in the tents. And at the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. So wherever this chariot was, right? The Israelites abided there, right? During the time of keep the Passover of the Lord, for better words, right? Brother, the water. All right, so let's go get that Leviticus 19, and the pace gonna change up a little bit. Leviticus 19, let's get let's start at verse 22. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Lord for his sins, which he have done, and the sin which he have done shall be forgiven him. So the Passover is us commemorating the Lord delivering us out of Egypt, man. Right? Us showing the Lord that we follow him. Because through the hand of Moses, the plagues hit Egypt, right? And Moses is basically our king, right? And Moses was a prophet of the Lord. And through Moses, basically, we was making atonement of sin through Moses to Yahweh Shem Shah. Moses and the priest, for better words, because Moses was the priest. So, we coming into them time frames, where we get ready to get into that. This could be the last, your last atonement, man. Right? Your last Passover, where you showing the Lord that you're following him, where you showing the Lord that you are marked with his blood, man. Right? By keeping his ordinance, right? By walking in his judgments and his statutes and his laws, right? So let me keep going. And when ye shall come into the land and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you; it shall not be eaten of. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise the Lord withal. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Lord your power. You shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times. All right, Salakia. That's why I was done, Salakia. All right. I'm gonna jump down to verse 37. Therefore shall ye observe all my statutes and all my judgments and do them. I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah. Right? So let's get I got Leviticus 22 and Leviticus 24 and Leviticus 25. And it's good to also to you newcomers in the truth, write these precepts down. Just like we always supposed to write precepts down and study them, learn them. All right, Leviticus 22, and let's start at verse 17. Because we're supposed to be presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Shem Shah as well. Right? We're supposed to be presenting ourselves as a sacrifice that's not stained or polluted, right? And again, keeping the high holy days Lord willing, we are presenting ourselves as that pure, sparkling uh, um sacrifice, right? Instead of a stained, stinky, polluted, contaminated, filthy sacrifice. This is on Leviticus 19 and 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, whatsoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, they will offer his oblation for all his vows, and for all his free will offerings, which they will offer unto the Lord for a burnt offering. You shall offer at your own will a male without blemish of the beeves, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatsoever have a blemish, that shall ye not offer. So it goes for ourselves too. You can't present yourself to Yahweh Shem Shai as a sheep with a blemish on you, man. Right? And shalom, shalom, shadow of thy wings, 12 tribes, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Kakadash, bro. A sharp as sock. Right? Salakia, let me get back to where I was. All right, verse 22. Blind or broken or maimed. So you can't be blind, right? You can't be broken or maimed. And this means talking spiritually. Or having a wing, or on scurvy, or scathe. You should not offer these unto the Lord, nor make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. Either a bullock or a lamb that have anything superfluous or lacking in his parts, that mayest thou offer for a free will offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. You should not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised or crushed or broken or cut, neither shall you make an offering thereof in your land, neither from a stranger's hand shall ye offer the bread of your power of any of these, because their corruption is in them, and blemishes be in them. They shall not be accepted for you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam, and from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And whether it be a cow or ewe or iwi, I think I said it right, Salakia. You should not kill it and her young both in 1 day. And whether it be a Salakia. And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord Yahweh, offer it at your own will. On the same day, it shall be eaten up. You shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am the Lord Yahweh. Therefore shall you keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord Yahweh. Right? So this is let me just keep going. Therefore shall you keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord Yahweh. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel, not the children of the whole earth. I am the Lord which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your power. I am the Lord Yahweh. So right, so it's not given to everybody to present themselves. It's not it's not given to everybody to present themselves to Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Right? It's only given to the Israelites, and then the elect on this side are going to be the only ones going to be able to present themselves as a spot, a sheep without blemish, man. Right? Right? Only the elect will be able to get that atonement of sin on this side, man. Right? Because during this time, Moses was sending up sacrifices for all of Israel, right? But Yahweh Shai ain't delivering all of Israel this second go round, man, right? Or for what can I say, this 7th go round, right? This last go round of deliverance, the Lord ain't delivering all of Israel, man, right? You can read it in Isaiah 10, right? You can read in Matthew 24, the elect getting delivered from the four corners, right? You can read it in 1 Thessalonians, right? So kind. All right, you get to Leviticus 23 it gets into the feast of the Lord. But this week I'm not gonna get into that. I'll probably do it the end of the week or midweek, Lord willing. We're gonna go to Leviticus 24. All right, let's start at verse. All right, let's start at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel, right? Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light to cause the lamps to burn continually. And that's why you always hear brothers say, keep your lamps burning continually, keep the wisdom of the Lord burning, and keep the wisdom within you. Like our lamps are our light, right? Our lamps are our light, man, right? The oil is the spirit of the Lord, for better words, right? When you leaking oil, meaning the spirit of the Lord is leaking out of you, right? The understanding is leaving you, right? So just to clarify, so like let me keep going. Verse 3: without the veil of the testimony and the tabernacle of the congregation shall Aaron order it from the evening until the morning before the Lord continually. What? Continually. So thumb yard, always, continually, perpetually, right? It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Let me say that again. Without the veil of the testimony and the tabernacle of the congregation shall Aaron order it from the evening and until the morning before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generation. He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually, and thou shalt take fine flour and bake 12 cakes thereof. 2/10 deal shall be in one cake. All right, so no, let me jump down, and I want all right, so that's all I wanted to get out of that. So let's go to Leviticus 20. Let's go to Leviticus 25, but that's all I wanted out of Leviticus 24. I kind of went too far, Slovakia. I got lost in the moment. Let's get I'm I actually all right, fine. Is this what I want? I don't know if I'm gonna get this. Yeah, Con, I'm not gonna get this. So if I'm not mistaken, I was gonna go to Isaiah and get some Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy first. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 29. Deuteronomy 29 and verse. Let's start at verse 10, and then we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 39. Deuteronomy 29 and verse 10. Yet stand this day, all of you, you Israelites, before the Lord your power, your captains of your tribe, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp. And co-cousin, what me and the brothers are talking about, it is counts, man. The brothers are talking about that last night on the service of Yahweh Las Vegas friends. That it's counts, man. Right? So that's beautiful that I came into that verse. From the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy power, and into his oath which the Lord our power maketh with thee this day. So hey, let's present yourself to the Lord, man, as his child, right? Do that, right? Because he been showing us who he is, man, right? He gave us the law, statutes, and the commandments. He gave us he chose us to be a special group of people, man, right? So repent and be ye converted. Acts 3 and 19. Acts 3 and 19. Islankia. Verse 13. Deuteronomy 29:13. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself. You hear that? And that he may be unto thee a power, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Ooh, heavy. That's heavy, man. Right? Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord our power, and also with him that is not here with us this day. Whew. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by. And ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Least there should be among you you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turned away this day from the Lord our power to go and serve the powers of these nations. Least there should be among you a root that bears gall and wormwood, so bitterness, wickedness, right? And it come to pass when he heard the words of this curse that he blessed himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart to add drunkenness to thirst. The Lord Yahweh will not spare him. But then the anger of the Lord Yahweh and his jealousy shall smoke against that man. Ooh. And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under Shemayim. Oh, that's heavy, man. That's so heavy, man. The Lord is saying he will do that to you, man, to you Israelites, man. He's saying he gonna destroy you, man. You don't want to, if you don't want to serve him, the Lord is saying he got one thing for you: destruction, man. The curses and destruction, right? All right. And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curse of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. Woo. So that the generation to come of your children shall rise up after you, and the strangers that shall come far from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of their land and the sicknesses which the Lord have laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone, and salt and burning, that is not sown nor birth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. You know, I'm gonna keep going. Even all the nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done this unto this land, and what meaneth the heat of this great anger? The men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord, power of their fathers, which he had made with them when he had brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. But they went and served other powers and worshipped them, powers whom they knew not and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of the land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. The secret things belong to the Lord Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed are belonging unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. So, man, we are commanded to do what the Lord commanded us to do, man. Not to be going astray, man. It's like my hand getting a little cold. To be going astray. Because when we going astray, man, we see what happened. Hey, the curses hit us because we broke the covenant. right? But we saying that even if we don't keep the high holy days, even if we don't keep the Passover, we still got judgment coming. We still showing ourselves to the Lord that okay, we serving powers, these nations, right? So the Passover is a sign to show great homage and respect and fear, right, to the Lord for delivering us out of Egypt, man. Right, for delivering us out of captivity. Because it's about to be a great deliverance coming again, man. Right? It's about to be a great deliverance coming again. All right, so come on, so let's go to Deuteronomy 39, as I was saying. And I might just to be honest, yeah, I got so many precepts. I can turn this into a whole another street teacher. And to be honest, I Deuteronomy Slunkia 34 Slunkia. I said 39 Slunkia. All right, Deuteronomy 34 Slunkia. I said 39. I don't know why. I could be thinking of Isaiah 39, Salaki, forgive me. Deuteronomy 34 and verse uh 9. And Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands upon him, and the children of Israel hearkened unto him, and did as the Lord commanded Moses. And there rose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, and all the signs and the wonders which the Lord sent him to do in the land of Egypt, Pharaoh to all his servants and to all his land. And in all that mighty hand, and in all the great terror which Moses showed in the sight of all Israel. So we know Yahweh Shah get ready to come back and show all that great terror of Yahweh Shema Shah, man, of Yahweh, Samakia, of Yahweh. We about to get ready to show that great terror of Yahweh, man, right? But we know Yahweh Shah is spirit to all things, man, right? So hey, Yahweh Shah is the King of Kings, so he's getting ready to come back and lay some woo. It's about to be a scary sight, man. Scary sight, man, right? So I just wanted to say that because we know keeping the ordinance of the Lord, Lord willing, we be covered by Yahweh Shai from the Lord's wrath, man. Right? Be covered by Yahweh Shai from the Lord's wrath, man. Covered by the blood, so that we don't gotta face that wrath that's coming, right? So that we can have a way to escape and be protected, right? All right, so let's get. I actually got a few more precepts, and it might be all by the time I'm done. Well, we're gonna get Isaiah 56. But let me bring out one more in Deuteronomy. Isaiah 56 and one more in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 31. And let's get I'm gonna get verse. Let's start at verse 9. And Moses wrote this law and delivered it unto the priest of the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord Yahweh, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacles, when all Israel is come to appear before the Lord thy power, in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and our stranger that is within thy gate, that they may hear and that they may learn and fear the Lord Yahweh your power, and observe to do all the words of this law. So observe to keep the Lord's law, statutes, commandments. Observe to study. Observe to be holy. Right? Do those things, man. Right? Verse 13. And that their children which have not known anything may hear and learn to fear the Lord your power, as long as ye live in the land where ye go over Jordan to possess it, man. Right? All right, so let's go down to Deuteronomy 31 and let's get verse 19. Now therefore write ye this song for you and teach it the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness with me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swore to their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, that they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, then will they turn unto other powers and serve them and provoke me and break my covenant. Right. So basically it's getting to that we supposed to be having the law, statutes, commandments within us at all times. We're supposed to keep the high holy days all times. Every time a high holy day comes, you're supposed to be to the best of your ability to be able to keep it, man. Right, by following Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Right, and the Lord was always warning us when He gave Joshua charge. Right after Moses when Joshua was getting ready to lead the people, hey, those curses were still gonna be in effect if we broke the law, statutes, commandments, which we did, and look where we are now. So now we're coming into a time where you need to be showing the Lord that you want mercy. You need to be showing the Lord that you don't want to be you want to get to that land that flows with milk and honey, and that's the spiritual talk for that you want to get to the land that flows with milk and honey, and that's a spiritual talk for peace, a spiritual talk for you want to get a chariot, right? Because you know what I'm saying, this could be the last Passovers, man, that we have, man. Right? When we say that every year, we say this could be the last one, hey, because we don't know the hour or the time when the Heavenly Father gonna send Yahweh shot back to the deliverance elect. Lord willing, we probably elect number. But you want to be showing yourself while the chariot's flying high and reporting back to Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah reporting back to the Heavenly Father that you are one of His, man. Right? For better words. So we're supposed to be taking this in, man. Supposed to be taking this in. So let's, I said Isaiah 56, let's get that. Come on. All right, Isaiah 56. All right, because we coming into a time where the Lord, hey, but when the Passover happened during the time of Egypt, what happened behind the Passover? Deliverance. Right? So we come into a time where it's going to be getting ready to be salvation for the people, meaning for you, the Lord's people, the elect on the side, right? So I wanted to get it that. All right. This is Isaiah 56 and verse 1. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Verse 2. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that laid hold on it, that keeps the Sabbath from polluting it, and keeping his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to the Lord Yahweh speak, saying, the Lord Yahweh have utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. And those that be thinking of a eunuch, they probably thinking of castration, but it's really talking about a eunuch within the spirit. Like he's castrated himself from this realm, the earthly realm, right? And follow Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, better words. Israelite that's considered castrated from this earth, this realm, right? And it said, let me rephrase that. The Lord Yahweh have utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. So neither let the one that has castrated himself from this earth, from this this earthly physical place to be spiritual, that's an Israelite, right? Don't let him think or say to himself that he's a dry tree when the Lord is watering him, for better words, right? Lord willing, you understand. But thus said the Lord unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbath and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant. Even unto them will I give in my house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Ooh, beautiful. And also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord and to be his servants, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taking hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifice shall be accepted upon my altar, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people, all the Israelites during this time, right? The Lord Yahweh, which gathered the outcasts of Israel, said, yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him. So besides the Israelites that are gathered on him, he's going to bring more, right? And more Israelites. So for better words, Lord will he understand, because it's going to be salvation for all the people, which are the Israelites, right? So I got one more precept, and Lord willing is edifying. Lord willing, I went all over the place. We're going to get Ephesians, go to the New Testament. This is the start for next week's street teaching and going to the New Testament and to the Lord's supper, the last supper. As I was saying earlier, this could be the last one, man. This could be the Lord's last one, the last Passover this year, the last Passover for us, Lord willing, right? Ephesians 2, smart, Jeffrey. And you know, through the Spirit, I didn't even think it was gonna be the time frame that it was with my my sit down, my street teaching, but that's beautiful. All right, Ephesians 2, and let's get let's start at verse. All right, because the Lord is getting ready to deliver those Israelites that's been keeping the laws and the commandments, but those Israelite foreigners that's going to come into the truth, he's going to deliver them as well, right? And that's when he gets into neither Jew nor Greek. When you get into neither Jew nor Gentile, it's talking about them Israelite foreigners that have came into them Israelites have been grafted back to Yahweh Shema Shah, right? So I just wanted to get this. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing, this is edifying street teaching. I'm gonna start at verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand. That at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope, and without power in the world. But now is the Mashiach Yahushua, ye who sometimes were far off, are made nigh by the blood of a Mashiach. For he is our peace, who have made both one and have broken down the middle wall or partition between us, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinance, for to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace, and that he might reconcile both unto Yahweh and one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby, and came and preached peace to you which were far off, and to them that were nigh, right? To the Jews that was there, to the Gentiles or the Israelite foreigners that was far off, right? For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. So through Mashiach Yahushua, right? And this is what I'm getting to on my next street teaching. We're gonna get into Yahushua's Passover, right? Which is all Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But I was just going to the Old Testament the way we kept the certain the Passover during certain times in the Old Testament. And next week I'm gonna get into during time if I'm not mistaken, it was before Yahweh ascension or before Yahweh his death. So Khan, I just wanted to say that just to clarify. All right. So we come to a time where, as of those that thought the Israelite foreigners was going to be kept away, like, they're going to be keeping the law, statutes, commandments. They're going to be keeping the Passovers, and we're coming into the time frame where the Lord He's orchestrating that, man. Right? He's orchestrating His movie a certain way, right? And there's nothing anybody can do about it. We can't stop the Israelite foreigners from coming in, from being grafted back to Him, and the Israelite foreigners can't stop the Jews, right? The ones that know the Israelites from being grafted back and walking in His life, right? Because we're gonna be unified, right? And that's gonna be that's the elect, man, right? For better words. So I just wanted to say, Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, I went all over the place. So let me keep going. I got a little bit more. Verse 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners. See that? But fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahweh, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahushua Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord, in whom ye also are built together for an habitation of power through the Spirit. So, the unity of the Jews and the non-Jews, which are the Israelite foreigners, is happening. It's going to be continue to happen, right? Hey, the more the Lord fulfill those prophecies, man, right? The more the unification process will come into. Because we were once Gentiles. We was once in that Gentile state of mind, Hellenized, right? We're being brought back to the Lord. We got to seek Him 10 times more. Being brought back to the Lord, we gotta be 10 toes, right? Gotta be 10 toes, man. So again, Lord willing, this is edifying. I know it seemed like I was jumping around a lot, just to prove the points, against Slonkin for the earlier about the Ishmaelites. But I was misunderstanding, so I had to go back over the Lord put the Spirit on me to go back over that precept and to reiterate it. That's why I got the blood brother to put that up on the comment board. So Slonkin for that, all right. And Lord willing, again, this is edifying. I'm Brother Gadal Gabar Yahweh with service of Yahweh Shai, right? A branch out here in Wisconsin. First, I'm gonna start off by getting all praise. Well, last and not leastly, I'm close by giving all praise, all that glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harapakodash. All praises to the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, Stephen Well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Right? Call Allah, Alahano, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harapakodash, Babakshah, Wow. May the Lord burn place up till next time. Shalom, Israel.